So to begin the presentation, we're going to go over some of the layers and sources used for the web application. The basis of the web application is the crime layer, and that crime layer was reduced from a data set that incorporated over 5 years worth of data down to just 1 month, from 27 March to 26 April 2021. Some of the other layers we incorporated were playgrounds, different types of parks, police stations and sheriff offices, and then some indices that are important for examining the variables spatially and how those variables interact with the crime data, like socioeconomic indices, affordable housing ratings, and then census blocks. Now, an important part of the census blocks is that in the Denver Open Data Catalog, these census blocks are labeled for 2010 and 2000, which aren't up to date enough. So we actually went through the analysis tab and enriched these census blocks, and which pretty much gave a customized feel to the census blocks by incorporating data that we thought was pertinent for our web application, instead of just including as many variables as we possibly could. So some of the things that we decided to showcase on the application were the population for 2019 and 2020, the growth rate, the different generations that are living in each of the census blocks, the median household income, government assistance like SNAP and food stamps, and the education levels within those census blocks and the total daytime population. So this gave kind of a customized feel to the census blocks and allows us to view the interaction between crime around those census blocks with a bunch of different variables. So now the next census block layers, if you will, that are kind of like the census blocks, kind of take it out a little bit and look at it at a more macro level. So we have the affordability rating per neighborhood, which, as you can see here, the lighter colors are of high affordability or low cost, and low affordability and high cost, such as the ones in downtown, are just generalized by neighborhood. So that's another variable that we can look at. And then finally, the socioeconomic indices go over a couple variables, and they have an overall equity index. So pretty much the darker the color, the better off the neighborhood is. So, and then the lighter the color, or more khaki color, the worse off, for instance. So the equity index. So this goes to susceptibility of disease and health, death, and then public utility accessibilities, and a socioeconomic index for an overall equity index. And we can examine how the crime, if at all, relates to these type of general statistics.